fear is a projection of something that may or may not happen. And when you see that, if you can see you're simply projecting something into the future, you don't have to believe it. You can say, I don't need to believe this. And to come back to whatever your present situation, no matter how challenging it is, by reducing the fear, your present situation is much more workable. Just one little example is years ago I was doing some deep therapeutic work, and I was working with some severe trauma that I had as a child. And as a result of doing that work, terror actually came up. And not just in the therapeutic situation. So I was driving to work one day, and I was experiencing terror. My hair was standing straight up, there were these waves of energy going through my body. Very intense experience. My mind happened to be strong at that moment. And so I knew it was just fear, and I was able to hold it. So as I just held fear there and just kept driving, I got to work, and a coworker greeted me and said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm experiencing terror right now, but otherwise I'm fine." And it was true. In that moment, I didn't have to believe the terror. And so it was possible to feel all the physiological reactions, all of the contraction in the mind, and say, okay, this is just fear.
So fear is a stressful thought. And Eric Kolvig there suggests that we don't have to believe it. Author Byron Katie, originator of a technique called the work, takes us even further down that path into number 4 on our list, challenging your own thoughts. When we have a stressful thought, just ask the question, is it true? Is it true 100% of the time? Really, is it true? Here's more from Byron Katie.
The work is a way to identify and question the thoughts that cause all the suffering in the world. Everyone's suffering, and anyone can do it if they're open to it. So let's say, for example, I believed he doesn't care about me. The first question is it true? So I'm beginning to question the thought he doesn't care about me. The second question, can I absolutely know that it's true? He doesn't care about me. And then notice how the mind begins to flood me with proof and images, to convince me that it's true, and just to notice and wait and allow another answer to surface. And then that third question, how do you react when you believe that thought? And the fourth question, who would you be without that thought? And then I invite people to turn it around to the opposite. He doesn't care about me. The opposite would be, I don't care about me. And that's a mind blower. It's like, how can I expect people to care about me if I don't even care about me? And then I find the ways that I don't care about me, and it wakes me up to them. And I'm shocked. And then another opposite or turnaround would be, I don't care about him. And I begin to identify where that's true. And then immediately I'm awake to it, and my behavior changes, and it's nothing I have to do. So my behavior with that person and everyone, it radically shifts, because we're working with original cause, and mind is original cause. Mind is cause.
Byron Katie's husband and co-author Stephen Mitchell reading an excerpt from the book 1,000 Names for Joy, the Santa Fe public event in February 2007.
Sadness is always a sign that you're believing a stressful thought that isn't true for you. It's a constriction, and it feels bad. Conventional wisdom says differently, but the truth is that sadness isn't rational, it isn't a natural response, and it can't ever help you. It just indicates the loss of reality, the loss of the awareness of love. Sadness is the war with what is. It's a tantrum. When the mind is clear, there isn't any sadness. There can't be.
So there from Byron Katie's book, just an example of challenging even the idea of sadness. Now, I don't think they're saying deny sadness, but realize that it's something our mind manufactures, and we can set it aside and begin to recognize that there's more than sadness.